Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing today? We've missed you so much since last time. We are back and we are better than ever, baby. And in today's episode, we did a full CYPHER rundown, all the ins and outs and how we even created that. We also talk about what being a creative person means and how that expression gets translated in all different types of media. We also talk about the shift in the music industry when it comes to social media and where it's at right now. And we also kind of talk a little ish about what we doing and what we doing for the community. So make sure you definitely tune in, lock in. My name is Amaya.
Boy Supreme.
What's up, y'all? That's Markner.
And we're gonna go ahead and run the intro now.
I hit the mic.
Powerful Mind. Like jump into is the CYPHER. I want to hear what y'all's opinions was about everybody working together. We kind of want to give you some backstory about what the production day of was like, and we do have some future CYPHERs coming, so this is definitely something cool to really dive deep into, so y'all know what to expect next time as well. The first thing I want to say about the CYPHER is, god dang, did everybody snap. Woo.
That was a lot of fun. That was dope.
God
I ain't
dang.
no cap. That was dope.
Woo.
Yeah.
We got Markner over here snapping on the CYPHER. We got Supreme over here live producing and help co-produce the beat. Like that was crazy, and I feel like it honestly came out so much better than I could have ever expected. Honestly, like I thought it was gonna be great, but then like it actually came out like genuinely. Like people said to me, they're like, I've listened to it multiple times in a row. Like I know the words.
That's fire.
Do you know how like that? How do you know how great that is?
Yeah. That means people engaged.
That's crazy.
And
People
also
engaged.
of how like engaging it was, of like different angles, the little intros for all y'all.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, like the editing you're saying, like how
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
had their own intro and everything.
Yeah, production was fire.
Yeah.
Production was definitely fire. I enjoyed that.
How you feel about
Fire.
it? You was in the director chair.
Yeah, no, I mean, it
I've
was
seen
great.
you a couple times, like
yeah. No, it was great. I honestly, like, what we did, like, because, going into it, it's like, what do I need to do to make the right energy and vibes for the CYPHER, like, for the outcome of the CYPHER that I wanted, right? So the first thing that I thought as a director is, let me address everybody like as a whole. So we did like a pre-production meeting essentially, where we said like, we want everyone to be open-minded. We want, this is a safe space for everybody to create, to throw out their ideas at one another, to, help each other out. We don't judge each other. Like we're going to take, multiple takes and we're going to keep doing it until we get, till everybody's comfortable, and just really set the vibes of like we want to hype each other up, like and that was one of my favorite parts, is watching everybody like hype each other up. That was one of my favorite parts for sure. So the pre-production meeting I think was essential and key to kind of get everyone's minds on the same page,
Set
like in
the
the
mood.
same.
Yeah.
What was your experience? Because you were an artist, so we have a director, artist, and producer.
produce.
Exactly, and live producing was so cool.
Yeah, that was
dope.
That was dope.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. How hold
on, you go first.
We're gonna
Go
Oh no, that was cool because I don't really say like I'm a rapper, you know what I mean, but I felt like I went into it kind of like, okay, you can still tell a story, kind of make it like yours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the beginning, that's why that chant to be the I swear sometimes I miss the old. Yeah, that was actually stuck in my head for a long time, and you'll actually hear that in some of my songs, because I like building stories on stories in different songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's
that was
cool.
like, as soon as I heard that beat, I was just like, okay, I want to use that.
Yeah.
But
And you guys all did that.
Yeah,
Everybody had their own
story, their own
Yeah.
lane. Everyone was different. Yeah. I like that part a lot. I like I like everyone's like freeness with it. You know what I mean? Like Shaq J, you know that Shaq J. That
It was
fire.
so good.
And then Guala came and like went nuts on it. You know,
Yeah.
Murphy, like, and then Kid Pittman, bro. I already knew he was gonna snap. The way he was just standing there holding the mic, I was like, nah, that's an MC right there.
Yeah.
No, for
it was
real.
Cool. It was cool. I like the that I didn't feel, everyone felt at ease. You know what I mean? No one was just like, yo, mine was better. You know what I mean? Like, it was a healthy competition. Like,
exactly.
Like, bro, go, like, you could go harder, bro. Like, do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that, building each other up. But like that healthy competition is like, we want the best out of you. We want the best out of you. So, if that part wasn't good, like, do it again. You know what I mean? Do it again. So I enjoyed that. And it, again, like, I love community, like, in this area. You know what I mean? We're just doing stuff that people haven't done at all yet. And to me, that's so dope. Exactly. And to see like a cypher in the area, like 941, that's stamped. That's forever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure.
And it's been in the blogs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So people knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know what's up.
Yeah. Facts,
That's cool.
Facts.
We got some traction from that too.
Oh yeah.
And then so what was your standpoint as a producer, live producing? Like, explain like why you had to live produce and like, what that all looked like.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a first. Also like live recording was a first as well. And that was cool. Thankfully I know how to maneuver and stuff, but he was using I think he was using just Logic or Ableton. Producing, he was just able to. My bad, sorry. Anyways, it was really dope. Like, really, the live producing was getting everything right and everybody in their own section of the beat, and then mashing the beats. So that was also the other, like, creating that as well.
Right.
That was really dope. That was probably everything was cool, of course, but my favorite part was probably that.
Yeah.
The live producing and just being able to help and and make sure it all goes right. But like I said, everybody had their own section, and I feel just from the cypher, I knew a little bit about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to create. Shaq, you know what I'm saying? He's oldest of 5. right?
Yeah.
So I know that, he got a big fam. Guala, I was like, oh, this dude from Florida. For sure.
Yeah.
He's from the backyard right here.
It's crazy because he's not. Isn't that insane?
He's not?
He recently moved to Port Charlotte.
Well, look at that.
He just moved to where he was meant to be, honestly.
Right. Where the hell is he from then?
Some northern state.
Damn.
I forgot where exactly he said, but he did say, like, I haven't been down here that long. Like, and I was like, dang, really?
Well, bro, yeah, you represented that shit super well, bro.
I know.
Orange Crocs. Come on, man.
I know.
Bopping, you know what I'm saying?
Money spread, bro.
Like
money spread, bro. I thought,
money spread.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So, but all right, but he snapped. Martiner snapped. Singing, and then he combined it with rapping and then singing.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was cool.
You know what I'm saying? With Murphy snap. I know, we had to get like past that like threshold, I guess, if you want to say.
Yeah.
But eventually he blossomed, I feel.
And that was so cool to like see live of like how like we had the artists were in all the different like stages of like performance level, if that makes any sense. Their stage fright and their stage performance, we had all different levels. Like we had some artists that it took a few different times in order to get the right take, or we had to take a break to take a breather, come back to it and get it right. You know what I'm saying? We had like Kid who just did it perfect every time. He did it perfect and consistent every single time. And like, you know what I'm saying? And then we had like Markner, like you had to record a couple different times because you were slipping up on like your words at some parts. And then we had Shaq who did like his verse really well, never messed up his verse, but messed up like where he was standing or like the movement of it. So it was just so cool to like see like all the different ways that people perform and create, and to be able to all come together and be understanding of one another and just encourage, not take away or like add any negative energy to like someone messing up is like really great. Cause I feel like you could definitely easily be in a different project where that's not the vibe, where they're like, come on, like, how are you not getting this already? You know what I'm saying? So I was really proud of creating that type of environment. And then as an artist standpoint, like, what did you feel was like a strong suit in the production for the artist when you're actually recording your verse? Because you changed parts of your verse live, right?
Yeah, only because the beat was a little different than what we had before. But I mean, that's part of the process too. It put a little pressure on me, but like I'm happy that I was able to come up with something that still sounded like me. You know what I'm saying?
Came out perfect.
Facts.
It was cool. I was happy I did get to like sing a little bit and then switch up to like the rapping part, which was cool. But I think that's all about all what it's about. At the end of the day, everyone's like telling their own story their own way. You know what I mean? And just again, like it was just all like good vibes. It wasn't just like, because it only just takes one person to just doing the most, and then like it just ruins the whole vibe. But it was all on 100. Yeah, even if someone messed up, it was just like, yo, bro, you gotta like do it again. You know what I mean? But for the process, I think we've spoken about this a couple other times. I usually, before I go into the studio, I'll have like stuff written down already, because I'm thinking like time wise. Okay, I already have this written down. Go to the studio, boom, an hour, I'm already done. But I've been challenging myself to like go there and work on something then. You know what I mean? Because when the cypher was like Saturday, and I think I was working on it like Friday night or like that day of, you know what I'm saying? So I just mixed in some stuff from like my older songs, and then some new stuff, and that was I did that on purpose, only because like I was freestyling. So I told a little story in the beginning was, I swear sometimes I miss the old me, smile steady on my face, but I feel lonely. Stuff that like that melancholic feeling that carries into my songs already. But towards the end, it was all like, diamonds, different colors. You can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So which is in striving. So it's like, it started off a little sad, but at the end, it was just
turned
like,
up.
I'm striving. Yeah. So I enjoyed that. I like the challenge of, like really pushing yourself as an artist.
Right.
It doesn't, not necessarily that it doesn't sound cool, or like you didn't hit a right note, or like you're off beat. It's just more like,
it was raw.
And I feel like that emotion always carries when you put that foot forward.
It's deeper. People feel it more.
Exactly.
What I mean?
Which I believe everyone did.
Right.
And it was also different, bro. You know what I mean? Like it was everyone was just different.
Exactly.
Guala got in there, like going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So
facts. Yeah. And to let like the people know too, like it wasn't like perfect. From like the beats to fusion them to you guys doing your thing, like it wasn't perfect. It took a lot of time and effort and patience as well.
Yeah.
But,
and no rehearsal. It's not like we held a rehearsal beforehand, like on a different day, or had any even like they didn't even have like the actual beats they're rapping on for real until the day of. You know what I'm saying? So that was another aspect that I really wanted. I really wanted it to be as like off the dome as possible. And so that's why there wasn't any other real rehearsal. It was just like, come, show up, do your verse, live, go.
I was mad when you first told me that at first. I was like, man, I think of something cool to say, bro. But it worked out, what I mean? It worked out. I think like when you hear a beat, usually like the melody will come to me first, and that's where the dun, 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 I was like, okay, you know what I mean? What else am I going to build off of this? But like you said, every beat, it kind of flowed into the next one. And I feel like the order was perfect too. I feel like the order was perfect. Like Pittman was a perfect anchor. You know what I mean?
And I feel, you had a good placement too, like right in the middle.
The
way you did it.
Was just, it switched it up. You know what I mean? Because Shaq J came, like perfect, starting it off. You know what I mean? Set the tone. Guala came in, went crazy, and I went behind him. Did like the smooth stuff, R&B, finished with rap, and then Murphy came and did the shoot and shoot, but not at us. Everybody went crazy when they heard that verse. That's a bar, man. That's a bar. Yeah. You need to put that on his shirt, bro.
Yeah, he does actually.
Shoot.
What are some other bars from the cypher? I know there's a lot, but what are some of your top bars from the cypher? Mine was definitely for you is diamonds, different colors, can never call me racist. That was fire.
Driving, bro.
For Shaq, I really like pull up with 762s like a basketball team. That was crazy. For Guala, they say they want the bag, but they won't even do the dishes.
Yeah, right at the end.
I know. So good. And then Kid Pittman, I don't honestly, like, I don't have like just one bar. Like he just like went off.
Get
Like,
hitting
he
them,
just
get hitting them.
he just like was so
Entendre after
consistent.
entendre, bro. I
Yes.
was just like,
I'm the type to
Yes.
roll a joint and try to argue with science.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm lying.
Come on now,
Yeah.
man.
It was like, yeah, his was just like, yeah, it was just so different. Like you said, like everyone's style was just so completely different.
Yeah.
What are some
the orders were great too. Thinking about it and seeing it, like you said, Shaq started it off, then Guala picked it up. You were the medium, and then the beat switch up, Murphy, and then the anchor kid. So,
what were some of your guys' favorite bars?
I like how Shaq J started off. He was like, Shaq J, and the J is just enough.
Yeah,
I was just
J
like,
stands for just enough.
just
Oh
enough.
my.
And it's like he was talking about how he's the youngest of 5. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I like cohesiveness, bro. When people are spitting, and I felt like that was perfect. That's by far.
Yeah.
I like the beginning of how he started for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Do you have any bars off the top of your head?
I mean, honestly, we really set them all.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
like shoot but not at us.
that's like.
I think everybody heard that.
I think,
everybody
yeah.
was like, oh.
Yeah, facts.
Beat your ass in the concrete. That's what you
When
made
we made
late.
Layla, that was
I was
Shaq J.
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Talk that talk, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
art, bro.
Everybody came through, Everybody came through.
It was very
so,
good. Very good. Yeah, I felt very proud of that project for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to create more
I was about to
different
say,
cities,
we gotta do different cities.
different artists.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited to do that for sure. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy the way that CYPHER came out overall.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. You're missing out. Like it's a really
Yeah, do
great,
that.
it's a quick, easy watch too. It's only
Yeah.
like what, 5.5 minutes,
Yeah.
something like
5
that.
6 minutes maybe, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Super easy watch. It doesn't feel like 5.5, 6 minutes at all. And people are literally telling me that they're watching it multiple times just because they like it's a good song, you know? Yeah, and I'm creating opportunities to have the CYPHER be performed live. So I really wanna finalize that because I think that'd be so freaking cool to have the guys in the CYPHER actually perform the CYPHER live all on stage together. That'd be so great because I truly truly the CYPHER is so good. Actually,
Yeah.
So I definitely want to keep running with that. For sure. But other than that, like the only next thing that we have is we're all doing the commercial shoot this weekend for our shirts.
Yeah.
We're officially coming out with the shirts. I'm really, really excited about that. And so we already have a date that I'm not going to say for the shirt drop. I have the whole vision in mind. All I'm going to say is it's different. All I'm going to say is just like everything else that Powerful Mind does, it's different. So you better be on the lookout is all I'm saying with that. And every time I wear the shirt, guys, people are like, that's a really cool shirt. Where'd you get
Facts.
that?
Yeah, facts.
I still say that, and I'm like, I'm here.
Facts.
For real.
I still want a sweatshirt.
Yeah. I actually
jacket.
have some for the photo shoot.
Bet.
Yeah, I got some.
I might just
That'd
take
be
it and
tough.
just bounce.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. All right, good seeing you guys.
Nice shoe. What are some up and coming things that you guys got going on?
Dropping. I'm trying to get this content because
Yes.
Ish knows my issue with content. I ain't even gonna get into all that, but trying to get some content. About to get the content because I'm dropping in like a week or two. So
Let's go.
let's go.
Let's go.
That's all I got. You'll see what's up. Back in the bag. I didn't create for a while because life was lifing. I mean, but we back. We here.
I feel like that is the creative process, though.
It is. It's like
that
this.
you go,
It's like this.
yes.
It's literally. It's never like this.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, life ain't linear, bro.
No,
Like,
facts.
it's just-
Yeah. People
Ups and
think it is,
down.
and people think that they see you here and they then see you here, and they're like, "Oh shit! Like, how did he get there? They didn't see this. They just see this."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so
No, literally, like, and that's also with creativity too. Like, when it comes to like doing things, like you have to honestly, truly, like, because if you think about it, guys, you do everything out of your own free will.
Facts.
So like, so you have to be in order to like create and be like, I'm gonna get ready, set up a tripod, or get other people involved, sync our schedules together to make sure we have the right equipment, to make sure that we get the right angles and the right editing and the right sound to create something. There's a lot of freaking details that go into creating. And so that's why creating is not always consistent, because, you know, sometimes I don't feel like doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then sometimes it does come, and that goes hand in hand with like motivation and consistency, because motivation, you're not always going to be motivated, but you can always force yourself to be consistent. I'm still learning that myself, so I'm not perfect with that. They're like for example, like these past 2 weeks, I barely posted on Proud for Mine, and like that's not great. I'm not proud of that, but it's because life is life, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna pick it up, and we're gonna make it even better. You know, we're gonna continue to go and strive. And then so for you, like, how do you feel when you say you struggle with content? It's just interesting because I feel like it's something that a lot of people relate to. Like, what do you mean exactly when like you struggle with content? Like, what you struggle with actually recording it, or ideas, or both, or
maybe both. I would say both. Getting the time to do it, and that's why on the way here I was literally like, yo, I'm just gonna ask them if they could just help me out, because Kate has been trying to help me out, but life is lifing. Yeah, we got a kid, and she's doing school and this and 500,000 other things, and I'm doing the same thing. So it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I just want like an hour or two to do this, bruh. That's all I need. But yeah, I mean, definitely ideas. But I feel like sometimes too the music gives me the ideas of what I want to do, or you know, you know what I'm saying? I hear and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see this.
Nice.
You feel me? So, like this. Anyways, we'll talk later. But, I mean, yeah, I think it's the time, ideas, and yeah. What was the one you said?
Yeah, just time and ideas, basically.
Yeah.
For content-wise.
Yeah, because it's like, man, like we was talking to Ish, like back in the day, people used to drop, and like they dropped and people mess with it. There was no content.
There's no social media
They make
content,
a good video.
Yeah.
There was no content where you got to post 5 different clips to like, you know what I'm saying? Like for your song to actually do something, but it's the times we in, you know, we gotta pivot, right? That's been like the word of the week, pivot, I feel like. Yeah. Pivoting.
No, for real. So, it's like a completely different playing field now, especially in the music industry. Like you said, like back then, you dropped a bomb music video, and that's how everybody knew your song.
That's it. And they would still play it. Like, you're still going to get it heard. Nowadays, it's like they just see the content. Oh, it's cool. They listen to the song once or twice, move on.
Yep.
Who's next?
And then you have to, like you said, you have to, it's just it's so competitive now, especially on social media.
That's what it is.
And you have to, like, continuously, like you said, like post reels and clips and fast. You know, it's kind of funny because I kind of when I heard this, it was actually Phantom teaching at Streamer University. It was a clip that I saw, but he said that we're in a fast-paced industry right now, so it is obviously it's possible to gain followers off of long form content, but we're in a short form content world, and so you need to have your long-term content that's longer, but you have to clip that up into a bajillion million clips that are short form in order to bring that traction from short form to long form. Because when people are scrolling all day long, they're looking for short stuff. They're not looking for something long to watch right there in that moment. So it's a giant game of how many clips can I push out? Which one's gonna get the most views? It's a completely different thing. And then so for you as an artist, like independent artist going into, the music industry as it is right now, where is your head at? Like what is your strategy? Okay, as being like, okay, I'm going to tackle this. Like, this is what I need to do when I do drop a song in order to, allow that to be heard by a lot of people.
I would say outside from, sitting down with the label and then the meetings and marketing and all that stuff, like, I've gotten pretty good free reign to just like focus on the music. I feel like for me, one of the biggest things I was missing was kind of just having a more social media presence. I was trying to figure out like, hey, do I want to like post a lot with the music, or am I trying to like really create something that's kind of like a slow burner, but you know, it's still quality over quantity, because
Always.
now, you know, I sit and watch IG so much on how people are posting, and you can tell where people are just following algorithm, hoping that it pops, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like with my approach, I feel like the music, the quality is there, and now it's just like getting that quality and like casting that huge net, you know what I mean? That huge net is supposed to grab everybody. Some people, you know, people still ooze out of that, you know, not everybody kind of catches on to it, but it still grabs some people's attention, you know what I mean? Like we did we dropped the just a little promo for the Smoke Perp video. That one was a couple blogs picked it up. I mean, we did some collaborations with them, and that, like, people was commenting on that. You know what I mean? We got followers just off of that. You know what I'm saying? People, it's like, because people know who Smoke Perp is. People don't really know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, who's that person doing a song with Smoke Perp? True. People are like, yo, Smoke Perp is back, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
I did see that.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we already put, for the song Diamonds, the one that Rich Homie is supposed to be on, you know, R.I.P. to Rich Homie Quan.
Peace, man.
But that song is definitely dropping too. And we did, you know, just putting that up there on the story just to let people know that these things are in the vault, you know what I mean? And it's like, now when we post, now I think the focus is just on like quality, you know? There is a risk of not putting so much at the same time, because, you know, that's just the fast-paced world we're at right now, you know? But me personally, and what, you know, having talks with the label, I think we're pretty confident with what we have, like the system we have, you know, because again, we have that like underdog mentality and that little, you know, ace up our sleeve to where we are independent, but hey, we got songs with major artists, you know what I'm saying? So we have that ace up our sleeve where this music, it's good enough to where you're going to want to listen to it. So now when we put it out, now it's just like, okay, this song is out, but now we're also promoting another single. Oh, and by the way, we got another feature over here, you know what I'm saying? So as we're promoting that, now it's slowly just a drop, and that's what I was saying, like the drop, you know, 1-2 songs a month, which is not crazy. And all the songs that we dropping, they got music videos with them now. You know what I mean? So that's different. That's something that I haven't done before. It's a little bit more like hefty, you know what I mean? Getting, you know, working with the artist, traveling. You know, I went to Atlanta to shoot the video, and then I went to Miami to do the video with Perp, and then I got my own records that I'm doing. So I'm personally more excited about it now, because I'm just like, okay, everything is falling into place now, like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we were able to put this music out, have people hear this music, but everything is just, you know, I've realized that I'm learning to be patient in the sense that, like, since I'm on a label, these things have to make sense also on the business end. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I get ahead of myself. I'm like, yo, bro, like, let's just drop, bro. Let's just put this music out. And it's like, we want to, you know, he has a very bullseye mentality. You know what I mean? It's just like, we're going to hit it right here, and it's going to hit, because he understands how the industry works. You know what I mean? And like, let's keep it 100, bro. There's some haters out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who just will not interact with your stuff just cause, you know what I mean? And that's like the trend now. It's just like, you'll see something that has value and its quality, and people just throw a trash can on it or be like, it's trash or something. It's just like, it is what it is. You
Hate in their blood, man.
Yeah, but you know, that part doesn't bother me, because, you know, like we've spoke on previous podcasts before, like I'm already convinced that I can do this. You know what I mean? So it's not like I can. I'm like scared to see someone be like, "Nah, you trash." It's like, nah, bro. Like we doing something really special here, and I'm able to do it with a clear mind. I don't feel like I'm losing out. I feel like I had to sell myself to be here. You know what I'm saying? So that authenticity that we're putting into the music, I think that's slowly coming back into music right now. People are looking for something that they can actually relate to. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's really not a W if I'm making you think that I got it when I really don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm putting in my music, what I'm saying in my music, other than like the commercial, and I'm just like talking shit, obviously. Different. But like, you know, I have songs that I'm actually talking about stuff that I really mean. Like in the CYPHER, when I said, I swear sometimes I miss the old me, I really felt that. You know what I mean? That's why I put it on there. And I was like, mama crying, says she missed the old me. When I go to my parents, I take this off. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I feel like just keeping that core in myself as an artist, and then as I put the music on, I'm more confident that people are going to hear that and then see me, and then, it's just the dots are connecting. You know what I mean? And now the challenge is just trying to get it to connect a lot faster. Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now.
That's a really interesting point that you said about like your real self. Like you said, like you want to have your real self in it, and that also comes hand in hand with like expressing like your actual, that's your creative expression, like your real true self. It's a really interesting point, because follow-up question, how does that that concept translate to your beats that you produce, where like where do you feel like you really express yourself, or like do you feel like you express emotions or feelings, because obviously there's no words, right? So it's like, how does that work, with like beats, because obviously it is an expression, but
it really depends on the mood or the vibe, right? And really, I guess when it comes to beats, it's just the way they hit me.
Okay.
And the way they hit me, I know it might not hit a lot of people, but it's gonna hit some people.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all good. Again, like you said, it's not. There's people that are gonna ooze out of it and they're not gonna feel it, but some are. I know if I feel it, another person's gonna feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how like I've been coming to the approach of it. Shout out to the Alchemist producer, OG. He has the same birthday as me. Crazy.
That's cool.
I'm gonna meet him one day. We're gonna talk about that. But he said it because how they asked him of like, maybe this can also kind of answer that. They're like, well, how do you know when a beat is done or whatever? Because it's a beat.
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I have so many beats that like I do extra stuff with that other producers will be like, yo, fire. But like a regular listener or maybe an artist would be like, yo, like it's fire, but you should take this out, take this out, take this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what he said, it was like more of like when you look at it or hear it and you just feel it. You just feel it of like that's it. I feel it. I don't need to input anything else. I already feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's certain instruments speak to me and hit me differently. And
I was gonna say, like, do you go into like when you're wanting to create a beat, do you go into it being like, I'm feeling this type of mood today, I want to make something around this type of mood, or you go into it being like, which instrument do I want to start with, or like, like how does that work?
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it honestly is just diving into it and like whatever sound speaks to me, and I'm like, okay, I like this, and I can go off of this. Or some days different, I have like, man, I want to do something with the guitar, or or mess around with the guitar, and upload that VST or sound and whatnot. So yeah, it's really different. It really is different when it comes to that. But yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Like, just to kind of wrap up this topic is like for me an expression, like, because I don't make music, I don't make beats, like I don't make anything necessarily that like do you know what I'm saying? Like the way that I express and like the things that I create are kind of like different in that aspect, because like I kind of express, I feel like I kind of express through the products that I create with Powerful Mind. I express like ideas more so, if that makes any sense. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Or like the ideas of empowering and connecting. Then I'll create an event that expresses that idea. Or also like feelings, I guess, is like, for example, like the CYPHER. Like I wanted it to be a certain type of feeling and a certain type of energy and vibe, and like that's what we were able to achieve for the CYPHER. So it's like, it's definitely different ways of expressing, but it's really cool that like, overall as creatives we all express and like create in those different ways. And there's so many different ways to express,
Facts.
And I think it's cool because I feel like the art of expressing through art is kind of lost. Because of how mainstream everything has gotten, because of how pump out content everything has gotten, So I feel like literally the art of creating expressions and emotions and expressing through art, like I said, I feel like it has gotten a little washed because everything's so commercial and so like, like I said, just boom bop, let's pump out content.
Very diluted, and people look forward more to content than to what you're dropping.
Yeah, it's insane.
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like there's, I am a firm believer that there is being a shift that's coming back to like real music.
Mm-hmm.
Real music in the sense that like there's people who are in this position to create music that really want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
I felt that. But it took a while to cultivate it, but like it's there. You know what I mean? You have people who make music who truly want to make music. Like that's how they express themselves, you know?
Right.
Like when I heard that beat when we was at the CYPHER, you know what I mean? I was just like, dang, I know exactly who I could call about this. You know what I mean? A phone call, and then Zoe was like, yeah, I'll jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that is coming back, and people are appreciating like the vulnerability in music, you know, and that gets me excited because I'm just like, I'm not scared now to like say something in a song, you know, because it's there's like that difference between you're saying something because it's really how you feel, or like, you know, I might have been sad.
Just to say it.
It's exactly, you know, and there's that, you know, you make a song that's more commercial, you know, it's going to be in a club or somewhere, but you make something that's more like conscious or something, you know what I mean? Like I felt both sides of that coin before, you know, in the songs that I've put out, and it's like that like that bar, like it's getting shorter too, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of understanding it now, so I feel more free, honestly. I'd say, like, to be able to make the song, you know what I mean? And I remember Russ was saying something like make the music that you like, you know what I mean? Like if I put out music that I like, you know what I mean? Like I listen to the song, I'm like, yo, I think this would be dope, and I share it with people, you know, and people who support you, they're gonna be like, yeah, that was dope, even if it's not like their most favorite song. Like my most recent song, See You Soon, it's like a 1950s like doo-wop song, you know what I mean? But people come to me like, man, I didn't even know you, like that's a whole different style of you doing this stuff. But like I remember I was hearing it, I wanted to drop for like February, but really when I heard that song and I heard the shooby-doo-wop, and the first thing that came in my head was like, you broke my heart, you know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, maybe I could do something here, you know? And I like that dynamic of music. It's just like, it doesn't always have to be rock, it doesn't always have to be metal or pop, you know what I mean?
You're an artist. You're an artist. Really, that might be even too broad, or maybe not, but you're a creator. You're a creator. We're creators. Like it doesn't matter what you know. Like you can do a pop record. You could do a rap record. You could do an R&B record. You can do a rock record. Like why not?
Facts.
There's no rules to this shit. Music, art is what it is. You know, and that type of shit lives on forever. So, and like you said, and like I said, with even though it's an instrumental, but if I feel something, I know somebody else is going to feel something. The other person next to them might not, but the other person will. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with, you know, with what you just said. So
sometimes you create it, other times you're just the vessel. You know what I mean? Like you just hear it
comes
and then
through
like, I know that this person will sound great on this song, or like I know that I might have written this, but you know what? The way he sings and the way he like emulates in his songs, you know what I mean? Like some of my songs, I don't really have like ad libs in my songs, not a lot of my songs, but like I vocalize a lot of my songs, you know what I mean? And that's like my ad lib. That's like I might say a note, but then like it just sounds cooler if I just like sing a higher note behind it, you know? Like that's my highlighting, because like I understand evoking an emotion in a song, you know what I mean? And those are like those little moments like that in this, and when I'm creating a song, like that's what's so dope to me, because it's like you don't know what's gonna come out of the song. You know what I mean? Like I'll go in the studio, I'll link with Eddie, bro, and then he just put on a beat on it, and we're just listening to it, and it just comes. You know what I mean? It just comes, and I don't force it. I used to like I said, I used to come in there, have something written, because in my head I'm like, damn, I only got like 2 hours, so I gotta go quick. But like now I let it come to me. You know, the words, you can always figure out the words. You know, like when I hear music, the melody always comes to me first. Always the melody always comes to me first, and like that's the part I'm feeling like so much more confident now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm most excited for.
You can get in the stew and just vibe, and it'll come. Something will come.
That's the whole thing with music. And like you were saying before, Maya, like it's everyone has their way of like how they want to express that emotion. Sometimes it's visual, you know what I mean? Like you're showing people like a cipher. People have to see that cipher to understand like, okay, you actually, you know, you created this, versus someone who make a song and now they feel something, you know what I mean? That's how I try to get an emotion out of someone, you know what I mean? I might not necessarily know you or see you, but I don't have to touch you, but you can hear my song and feel what I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
It's like an artist with like a painting or you know, a drawing, you know what I'm saying? Or like when someone's a dancer and they dance and that's how they express themselves, you know what I'm saying? It's just so cool. It's so interesting. Love creating so much, and I love that we're able to connect creators so that everyone can
facts.
like create together and you know, invoke emotions and things like that. I love invoking emotions. I love doing things that make people feel things. Like I love doing that. So that literally that's like the whole point. As human beings, to be able to create things out of literally nothing to make other people feel things. That's beautiful. That's art. You know what I'm saying? So that's super dope. Unfortunately, I think we're out of time.
I was gonna say something too. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like with food. You ever seen them shows where people eat the food? They take a bite of the food and they literally start crying. And you're like,
oh no,
bro. You know what I'm saying? That was mac and cheese. Like, what did that do to you? You know what I'm saying? But it's facts. It's like people put their energy. Like energy is real. You know what I mean? Whether you put it into a song or a painting or into something, a production that people can see. That like you feel that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's coming back, and I'm super excited for that because the people who can't do it for real are gonna get exposed, and I can't wait for it, bro. And that, I mean, that's just the competition part of me because, like I said, I love this art form. I truly love music. So when I'm on the way up, coming up here, you know, fighting to get my spot in here, there's people out here who are just like, nah, you know, not supporting just because they can't support, bro. There's people out here in the industry, bro, just a cosign, bro. Change your whole life. And there's other people who are like, nah. There's people who would dim their own light just to not let yours shine, bro. And that makes zero sense to me. Zero sense to me. But at the same time, I'm like, that's not gonna stop me either. You know what I mean? Because I know what I have. I don't know, and I believe in what I can do.
Absolutely.
So it's like, cool. I could be the underdog. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like being on an independent label because I know a lot of people are counting out G Class TV. I know a lot of people are counting out marketing. And that's cool because we're building a community. We're building supporters. So like, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what music. For sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. I could even jump into the whole topic of like you just said, just people hating and not really supporting. It's the whole thing I've been experiencing with Powerful Mind. No, it's like from the beginning.
It's all good.
Like from the beginning, I've always felt like, and I don't like feeling like this, and because I don't like, I truly don't like to like harp on the negative or harp on, you know, anything at all. I don't like to give it like a, you know, any peace of mind or anything, but that is something that I noticed, like for real though, like people genuinely purposely will not support Powerful Mind. They just won't. Like they will engage and interact with everything else in their mama, but when it comes to like someone actually trying to do something in the area that's different, because I'm sorry, like no one's doing what I'm doing at all. Like
stand on that.
My whole area,
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like my whole freaking area from Tampa all the way down to Fort Myers, no one can touch me. Like
and you're saying that with love.
Like actually,
nope. Say it with your chest out.
No, but it's like it's with love.
For real.
It's both. It's with love in the sense that I bring everybody with me. Because it's not like I'm just like, I'm shitting on everybody and I think I'm better than everybody. No. I worked really hard for this, and I worked really hard to bring other people with me to be able to create and collab on different projects and different ideas and give people opportunities. You know how many opportunities Powerful Mind has created for our community? You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the main points as to why I even created Powerful Mind, was to be able to do that. And it's just shocking sometimes seeing how people don't support. Like, how would you not support something like that? Like, we're literally trying to help people.
You still got that little podcast you do, and I'm just like, really, bro? It's all good. You know,
but you know, they'll see eventually, and it's crazy because there are some people who are actually seeing. They're like, dang, like, you know, who do give Powerful Mind the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, no, you guys have done this, you've done this, and you're just getting started, you know? So it's, so, but it's been really interesting.
People, man, to see that. It's crazy to see that a simple heart or simple reshare is so hard for people.
Instagram changed, man.
It's crazy.
Social media, like, Instagram really changed.
Like people forget, like, we're humans. Humans.
Instagram changed.
Humans, bro. Solid 5. Humans, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody has shit figured out. If you look like you got it figured out, you might have it more figured out than me. But we're still human. You bleed, I breathe. It's the same thing.
It's so
like
crazy.
It doesn't hurt to show love, but it is hard.
It's free.
nowadays.
It's just
free,
crazy.
man.
I literally all say that. I say that all the time too. I'm like, we are all human beings. Like, we're just
should.
all human beings. Like, we
Yeah.
don't have to be any type of way with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just human beings, all living for the first time. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Facts.
you know. So, but
I
yeah,
love
we're
it,
gonna go
though.
ahead and wrap.
I love
Yeah.
it though. Bring
But
it on, bro. Bring
hey
it
man,
on.
I know. So we're just getting geared up. Guys, we are gonna have weekly episodes keep dropping for you. We're gonna keep the ball moving, keep the momentum up. Like I said, we do have more ciphers, we do have more events, we do have different kind of events in the work.
Yeah.
Events of its first kind. So we and the shirts are coming soon. So again, as always, you guys hear me say that all the time that we're working on a lot, but then y'all see what we be working on when we drop it. So it's kind of cool.
Exactly.
But as always, guys, make sure you show love to our podcast crew. Their Instagrams will be down below in the bio. Shout out Supreme Ortiz. Shout out Markner. Shout out Amaya.
Yeah.
Shout out Ishmael Ortiz behind
Yeah.
the camera and
Yeah.
the new era.
Yeah.
So make sure you check everything out, like I said, down below in the bio. And we will see you next Tuesday.
Know what I mean?
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.